Hey guys, back here with a quick review of the iPhone app, iMaschine by Native Instruments. A really cool little piece of software for your iPhone or iPad. Regular price is $4.99. Over the holiday weekend, they had it a special. I think I got it for like $2.99, which was a deal. When you see what this thing does, it's really worth like the $3. Basically, what it is, it's a beat pad that also gives you the ability to layer in bass, synthesizer, and voice. So it's a 4-track recorder, if you will. So it starts off with the ability to assign each one of these 4 different tracks to any type style. So I have or any element, if you will. So I have A set up to be the pads. I have this hooked up through my speaker system here, my monitor, so that's why it sounds pretty good. So, and the pads have different sounds, obviously, and I can select different types of pads. I have the dubstep kit set up here, but I can also select like the club kit. A little different, okay, but it has multiple kits, if you will. Okay, then the bass, I could set these up to be anything I want just by holding it. It could be a pad, a key, or a recorder, but I have it set up to be keys, so I can set this up as my bass. And I have different types of bass sounds that I can use. I also have synthesizer. You have different types of synthesizer sounds you can use. And then it's got a voice recorder, so if you wanted to record singing or backgrounds or whatever, you can do that too. It has this little recorder, and the way it works is you set up your tempo. So let's say I'm going to set it up for 120. Okay, and then you hit record. Okay, so now I've got that bass drum in there. Okay, so then what I can do is I can find my snare here. I can layer my snare over. Okay, so if you play this back now, it has quantizing and stuff, so it keeps everything relatively in time. But I can continue to just layer in sounds on top of that. Okay, so then once I get my basic beat down, then I can put my bass in. Okay, so they're pretty crummy, but you get the picture. So then you can layer in synthesizer however you like, and then you can also layer in vocals. It also has the ability to change the pitch and gain and panning of each of the instruments. You also have a mixer, and you can add effects like chorus, delay, flanger, etc. Okay, so you've got that capability. It also has arpeggio, so you can put it on like 1/8 and just go. Okay, so it makes it a little easier to do that. And then it has the file system where you can actually save your recordings, okay? And I have one in here that I actually, if I go to the user, it has the factory library, which has a bunch of different samples. I'll play one of those in a second. It also has user. And before I recorded this one called New Beat, so I'll just open that up and share that with you. So this is something I recorded a few minutes ago, and you'll hear the sound start to layer in. So you get the picture. So then if I go back to factory settings, there's some really pretty cool projects here. I'll play this one for you. kind of thing that you can do with this. I won't pretend to tell you that right now I'm able to do that. Obviously it's an advanced effort, if you will. This software also interfaces with the PC version of iMaschine by Native Instruments. So once you record your beat and your tune, you can upload it to iMaschine if you own iMaschine, which is kind of an expensive piece of sequencer by Native Instruments. You can actually get it in MIDI, so you can modify it there. But you can also record here and load it up to iTunes and then up into any DAW in WAV format. So, you know, if you've got a demo that you've put together or something, you can actually bring it into Studio One or whatever DAW you're using, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So that's basically the gist of how to use the pad, and they're not really touch sensitive. But again, this is a Sketchpad, so this is like you're driving in the car and you want to try to set up you have an idea for a beat, or you're laying in bed, you have an idea for a beat. It's a great way to do that. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. What I'll do is I'll show you how to upload it. So what I do is I basically go to once I have a song, I go to export, okay, and I can export to SoundCloud or iMaschine, okay. Basically, I don't use iMaschine, I don't use SoundCloud, but I can also, once I save it, okay, if I have it saved in the user library, I can bring it into iTunes, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Okay, so once you're finished with your beat, you hook your iPhone up to iTunes, bring up iTunes, go to the apps window, and scroll down to file sharing, and you'll find the iMaschine. Just click on that, and you'll see all the different projects that you have for iMaschine. Select the one you want, you hit save to, and you save it to your desktop. It'll be a zip folder, and in there will be a iMaschine template, which you can load into iMaschine if you have that, and also a wave of the song as well. But it also exports all the samples that are associated with that particular project, if you will, which is nice because as I'm exporting them, I'm putting those samples into Studio One and using them. There's some pretty good samples, so it's just a little tip you might want to check out if you have this. Let me show you now exactly what the folder looks like. All right, so here's the folder. Just open it up here. I'll show you again. We've got the iMaschine, or the should say iMaschine file, which you would upload into iMaschine, if you will, and then you've got your wave of the actual project itself. So if I click on that, there's my project. So I could pull that into any DAW. As I mentioned before, when you do this, it also downloads all of the samples associated with that. So again, I've been slowly, as I'm doing projects, I've been putting those into a folder in the Studio One directory and pulling those in as samples, which is kind of cool. All right, so that's Native Instruments iMaschine for the iPhone or iPod. They also make an app for iPad, which I believe is a little bit more expensive. It's not. I didn't see it on iTunes, so I'm not sure how you get that, but I do have an iPad, so I'm going to be checking that out too. For the money, even at full rate, $5, it's totally worth it. And like again, it's on the go idea sketching, if you will, for music. It's really pretty cool product. Recommend you check it out. I hope this was helpful. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.